It has come out from Germany that we cannot give out freebies anymore because it is just not very sustainable for us. And in very clear and simple terms, the phrase that is being used is, with what we produce in the economy, the entire welfare system is completely unsustainable. Things like pensions, healthcare, unemployment benefits, we just cannot afford to do these things anymore. And what exactly is this a result of? It is the very first completely clear result of de-dollarization. Those listening to me on Sathology for 2 years know this. I said all these freebies are given out by printing dollars repeatedly, which is just not possible with de-dollarization. So you can imagine how much political chaos is coming because the population has already grown old. Birth rates have plummeted because of the dollar. So you have the people who are completely dependent on these freebies. What is going to happen when their freebies are cut? It would have been so much better to keep their kids at home, the ones they kicked out at age 15 to 16, saying that the government will just print dollars and euros for us. What do I need you for, my child? I am kicking you out of the house. Now, who is going to look after these parents? Who will take care of them now when these freebies, this free currency is no longer available? What happens then? Are you understanding the immense political and social chaos that is coming to the West all because of de-dollarization? As everything gets cut, just like what is going to happen with the 401k in America, the game that will be played with it, the abracadabra that is about to happen to it. After that, what political and social chaos will unfold? You tell me. In America, everyone has guns. Do you see what is going to happen? So it is clear the US cannot print dollars because the real producing countries, India, Russia, China, and the rest of Asia, and the crude oil from the Gulf, are all shifting to their own national currencies. They are de-dollarizing their trade. So you simply cannot print money. You cannot print currency since there is no use for it. So where will you get free money to distribute? So where will German citizens get it from? Because the euro and whatever Germany's currency is, they are all just isotopes of the dollar. So when Trump does not transfer any dollars from the Federal Reserve, from where are these people going to give it to the German citizens? This is going to be a truly massive chaos throughout the Western world. So the CEO of BlackRock is clearly stating in this video that they have to buy Bitcoin because they are afraid the dollar will be debased. De-dollarization, debasement, whatever you want to call it. So what is there to be afraid of? You are the one causing it. So it is bound to happen. They are clearly saying that the American productivity needed to support the dollar just is not there. So before the dollar completely collapses, we will have to shift to something else that is much more attractive to the entire planet, so that we can go back to living off of other people, to continue living by looting others, just like before. To be able to continue, that is why we have brought in Bitcoin. Right, but that is not going to happen. Now, there was a great deal of violence in Oakland yesterday. More than 500 youths have taken over the streets and they are burning cars. America is becoming a very backward, orthodox, and racist country. You have to admit it. I mean, the US economy is in such a massive downfall. So there was no private sector in the US since 1971. Ever since the fiat dollar arrived, the loan you get is the revenue. This is their model. You need brains for business, right? Americans do not have that. They do not know how to do business at 8, 9, 10, 12%. It takes a lot of brains for that. So since 1971, there is really no private sector in the US, not even in China. So now, because the government itself is printing currency and giving it to you, so you will have to accept whatever the government wants because you do not know how to run a business. So on August 7th, Trump said that the CEO of Intel really should resign because he's a bad person. 15 days later, The CEO of Intel made the United States government a 10% equity owner of the company. And now Trump is calling him highly respected. The very same CEO, within 15 days, a completely free 10% stake to the US government. Getting it? No one in America knows how to run a business at all. Now try imposing an 8, 9, 12% interest rate. Everything will shut down, all of it. Because for that, you need brains to run a business, which they just do not have. When currency is printed for free, where is the need for brains? So this is what is happening. Now companies must accept what the government demands because the government is printing and giving the money. So now people are making fun of this. Because the world was told that America is capitalist. They did not say that we are the biggest communist country. The world was fooled with fake headlines that we are a capitalist country. What kind of capitalist country actually gives social benefits? What do social benefits even mean? Social benefit means the social capital you accumulate in your own community by maintaining your relationships with people. That is what supports you when you have a crisis or when you get old, something like that. So the state is deliberately giving out these benefits. If they call it state benefits, they will be caught as communists. So they deliberately named it social benefits. They are so cunning. So by printing dollars, this lady here is misbehaving because her credit card did not work in the store. And she destroyed everything in the whole store. This is a video from America. Now the thing to see is that all of these people have guns. And currency has been printed and distributed for free so much since 1971 that in both countries they have destroyed the family, in both America and China. So much free money was printed because of the dollar's reserve currency status, meaning from our pockets, from the pockets of the rest of the world. They printed and gave. So the American family was destroyed because of misbehavior. Such a high divorce rate of 60%. Okay. And demonic consumption because currency is being printed. So they keep buying as much as they want. And the Chinese family was destroyed by forcing labor abuse and imposing the single child policy. So the Chinese also, in their pursuit of the dollars, set up an export model. A completely demonic production was carried out, meaning production was done from China on a demonic level, and consumption on a demonic level was forced upon the American people. So here, families were destroyed because of misbehavior, and there, by forcing labor abuse and imposing the single child policy. China's consumption was ended by imposing the single child policy. The dollar did it. Its birth rate was completely finished. And demonic production was carried out on a demonic level. So the families on both sides were ruined, which is why in the GDP of both, you will find ghost cities in China, and on the other hand, you will find empty bedrooms in America. Meaning, if you visit any American family, there are 4 or 5 bedrooms, and 4 of those bedrooms are completely empty. It is exactly like in China, where entire cities are completely empty. The buildings are built, they have all the amenities, there is infrastructure, but nobody lives there. The GDP of both was increased like this by destroying families. Basically, by printing dollars,